Did you know that deep within the forests of Kenya, a secret war erupted? One that shook the foundations of British colonial power in Africa. You've heard of Gandhi in India? You've heard of Mandela in South Africa? But have you heard of the Mau Mau Uprising? This is not just a story of rebellion. It's a fight for land, dignity, and freedom. In the early 1950s, British settlers controlled the best lands in Kenya. Native Kikuyu families, once owners of fertile valleys, were pushed into reserves, working on settler farms for meager wages. Their land was stolen, their voice silenced. People were enraged. So, a resistance began. Underground, fierce, unyielding. They called themselves the Mau Mau. Not an army, not a government, but a movement from the soil. For the soil. Operating from the dense forest of Mount Kenya and the Aberdare Ranges, the Mau Mau fighters used guerrilla tactics. Ambushes on colonial convoys, sabotage on railways, night raids on settler farms. The Mau Mau were mostly Kikuyu farmers, blacksmiths, former soldiers armed with homemade weapons, and an unbreakable will. Britain called them savages and terrorists. In 1952, the British declared a state of emergency. They deployed over 50,000 troops, banned the Mau Mau, and arrested Jomo Kenyatta, falsely accusing him of leading the rebellion. Villages were burned. Over 100,000 Kikuyu were forced into detention camps and barbed wire emergency villages. Tortured, beaten, executed, but still, the Mau Mau fought on. By 1954, the British launched Operation Anvil, a full lockdown of Nairobi. Thousands were detained. The forests were bombed. The Mau Mau leaders were hunted, but victory proved costly. For every colonial outpost they defended, Britain lost global credibility. The world watched in horror. The myth of British civilized rule was falling apart. The uprising lasted nearly a decade. Over 11,000 Kenyans were killed, many say far more. Only 32 European settlers died. In 1963, Kenya gained independence. The Mau Mau had been crushed militarily, but spiritually they won. They proved that colonial rule was not eternal. They inspired other nations, from Zimbabwe to Mozambique, to rise. Today, their legacy is still debated, but one truth remains. They lit the match, burned down an empire. Thank you for watching. To enjoy more African stories, click the subscribe button.